You're like, oh God, I know, I'm back again. 4th time in a row. Trust, I'm taking a break after this one. I promise myself, get 4 videos done today, do 4 videos tomorrow, edit over the weekend, put it all up for Monday, and we should be good to go. Is the reality of that happening going to happen? Probably not, but we'll see. So, let's talk about our 4th topic today, okay? We're gonna talk about the wisdom of the wisdom of fucking learning to speak. The wisdom of magic in things we don't get. Have you ever done a spell? I don't know what the fuck you do the spell for, but you don't get it. Maybe you've done a weight loss spell because you're 7,000 pounds overweight and you desperately need to lose weight and you don't want to exercise and you want to sit on your ass all day and continue to eat bonbons even though your diabetes is going through the roof and your heart's about to explode. So you decide to do a spell to lose weight, but you don't lose any weight. Instead, you keep gaining weight and now you're 8,000 pounds overweight. Where is the wisdom in this? The wisdom in the things that you don't get is by you reflecting on why you didn't get it. You're like, that's not fucking helpful at all. Have you never done a love spell on a guy that you're in love with, or a girl that you're in love with, or a fucking, I don't know, what's the other 20,000 labels out there for people? Some gender, okay? We're gonna make an umbrella, and we're gonna call it some gender. Have you never fallen in love with some gender, and you've done a spell, and they have not reciprocated? Or responded, or acted in the way, and now you're thinking, did my love spell fail? Like, this person should be bending over backwards and not able to eat, drink, sleep, or masturbate without thinking about me. However, if you take a moment and you sit in silence and you allow yourself to reflect honestly and truthfully on why you don't get the things that you want when it comes to magic, you will understand that at times there are reasons behind why you shouldn't get it. And you may not understand those reasons right now, in 2 days, in 2 weeks, in 6 months, in 10 years. But eventually you will understand through some kind of life experience that will play out to show you this is why certain spells that I have done have not worked out, or this is why this spell didn't work out, or this is why this didn't work out. For example, I'll give you a concrete example. When I lost my job at the beginning of the panorama, can't say certain words on YouTube, okay? They'll flag your video, they'll delete it, they'll come to your house, they'll arrest you, they'll beat you with batons, they'll stick you in prison, and they'll cut off your genitalia. If you even have genitalia to cut off. Remember, umbrella. Person. So during the height of the panorama, I had lost my job. This was closer to the beginning of the whole thing. And for 6 months, I was without a job. And just magic after magic after magic after like magic to get a job, to get finances, to get money coming in. And you know why I didn't get a job in those 6 months? Because I wasn't ready. Took me a while to figure that shit out. I came off of a very toxic, negative previous job where they basically just fucking replaced me and was like, yeah, peace out, go away, we don't want you anymore. And essentially shoved me out, and it just left me with all of these feelings of anger and rage and depression and hatred and self-doubt and this, that, and the other thing. And at the same time, I'm trying to do all of this magic to get a job. Do you understand the wisdom in the magic of the things that you don't get now? because in that instance, I needed those 6 months to A, calm the fuck down, B, process the situation, and C, move on from it. And it wasn't until I was able to see that, recognize that, and do that, that my magic for the thing that I wanted, which was a job, would start working. Once I started recognizing that and paying attention to my own feelings and my own emotions of the situation, then my magic would start flowing again. Because this is going to sound very TV-esque, and we just came from an episode about talking about TV witches. Your magic, and I shit you not, is, wait for it, tied to your emotions. Seriously. Be angry, be depressed, be miserable, be fucking furious, and try and do magic. It may work for you, it may blow up in your face, or in my case, it won't fucking work at all. Because you can't see what you're blinded to until you open your eyes. And then you can start clearing the road and doing the magic, okay? There is wisdom in the shit we don't get, and until you can see that, you're just gonna keep going around in circles, like I was. And we have to learn these lessons. You can't just watch some bitch on YouTube and be like, oh, you learned that lesson, I'm gonna absorb that. You can absorb all the fuck you want, but until you are faced with a similar or same kind of situation, you are not going to be able to see your own wisdom in the situation. You're going to see somebody else's wisdom in the situation. But it may help you to reflect a little bit and be like, okay, why is this not working? And that's a thing that witches don't really ask themselves. I never really hear or see talked about witches talking about why their spell or spells or ritual or whatever did not work. No one talks about the failures of witchcraft or their craft on this platform. Not the Lady Gravedancer, not Ember Honeyraven, not anybody. And you should not be afraid to talk about the failures of your craft, because it helps new witches when they're coming in to understand that, okay, if I ask myself, why did the spell not work, and I reflect on it and maybe journal about it, or whatever the case may be, then you will slowly come to see over time that, oh, this is why it didn't work. So maybe now that I know this information, I can move forward and try the spell again. Okay? I mean, during those 6 months, I was trying everything. I was road openers, money spells, job spells, this, that, and the other thing. And yes, some of it was working to get the interviews, but none of it was really working to secure that permanent, full-time position with the financial security that I was desperately, desperately craving at the time. Okay? So I hope this kind of helps you understand that, you know, when your magic fails, sometimes it is you. Your emotions are all over the fucking place. Because your magic is tied to your emotions. I know that sounds corny, and I know that sounds like it's from fucking television, and it is. It's from Charmed. Every time, you know, when Piper was learning, when she got her second power to blow shit up with her hands, and she would go like this, and shit would blow up, at the beginning of that, it was reiterated over and over again to help her, to help her maintain or gain some control over her power, that your magic is tied to your emotions. And it is so true, even in the real world. And if you don't believe me, get angry and try and do a love spell. That's conflicting emotions right there. Okay? Love your faces.